My name is Susan Page. I'm a lawyer in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I've been a lawyer for about 40 years, and I'm recording a series of videos to talk about what you might need to know if you're trying to go to court without having a lawyer, because most people in New Mexico either don't hire a lawyer because they don't want to or because they can't afford it. And generally, you're going to court to try to get some money back from somebody. And I'm not going to talk about whether or not you should or you are supposed to or how the law works. I'm going to talk about the process. But you know what? The hardest part isn't going to court, and I've given you plenty of videos so far about what's hard about that. But the hardest part is actually getting any money from anybody. There's a lot of ways you can get money from people, but there are a lot of things that protect people's money from you. And so unless people have a large amount of money in the bank, which hardly anybody does, they say the average person in the country can put their hands on $400 at most, and that would be in a rich part of the country, not New Mexico. You can't take very much of people's salary. You can take up to 25% of their take home, not what they're grossing, but what their net is. And you can't even collect things if it's like Social Security or some other kind of benefits. Those are not something you can get. You can't actually get a whole lot out of what I make, because everything I get is a pension from the state. So you have to be sure you're going to be able to get some money from somebody if you win. But there are proceedings you can take to find that out. It's a good idea to take care of this when the part that you're trying to work something out. And you can look at the video I've done about working things out. And what you want to do when you're trying to do that is ask the other side, what can you do to make this right? In other words, what do you have? How much money do you have to actually pay me what I deserve? Because you're going to find out if you scratch people a little bit, there isn't much there. But assuming you've decided there is enough money to go forward and you can do it, there's a proceeding you can do where you can ask that they be subpoenaed into court. In other words, forced to come back in front of the judge and sort of show you what they got. And the judge can then decide what you can have and what you can't. And very few people take advantage of this. They just sort of expect the judgment that they get to be sort of self-executing, like the sheriff just goes out and starts snatching things from them. Well, it doesn't work that way. It is a lot more complicated than that. And complicated is generally the legal word for it's not going to work for what you want. And that's why I'm always suggesting try to work something out, because the idea of really getting everything you want right there from whoever you even get a judgment against is a pretty long shot. And I'm Susan Page, and that's what I know.